Good morning, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I got this great article coming out of Reuters this morning. Preserve your ammunition. BIS urges top central banks. So the Bureau of International Settlements, this is the central bank of central bankers, they have this annual report. And at this presentation of this annual report, the general manager, Carstens, he told reporters that easing needed to be considered carefully and done sparingly. We would stress that it is important to preserve some room for maneuver for more serious downturns. And he goes on to say down here, how much more stimulus will you get if rates are reduced by another 25 points? That will produce a lower profile of bang for that buck. And now this is some of the things that I have been saying, that the Federal Reserve really doesn't have the room, the firepower in order to stimulate the economy with interest rate drops. See, typically during a recession, the Federal Reserve would want to drop interest rates around 5% in order to get the economy rolling, get the economy moving again. And at 2.5%, the dropping of interest rates really just doesn't have the effect on the economy like it used to. And he is saying, even if you drop it a quarter point, what kind of effect is that really going to have on the economy? And that you really ought to be more aware of a more serious downturn to come and to have that firepower on hand, not to just use it just kind of willy-nilly. And considering that the markets are, let me read this paragraph where it was. Here we go. Last year's big drops in European, Asian, and eventually U.S. stocks have been replaced by near 20% leap in the S&P 500 and China's biggest markets, reviving hopes that the decade-long global bull run may not have ended after all. So here we are at highs. Why would you want to drop interest rates when things are high, right? When the markets are doing so well. And let me see, what does he go on here? Oh, and then it goes on to talk about withdrawal symptoms. Right? And that, let me see, let me go on. The head of the Bank of International Settlements Monetary and Economic Department acknowledged that markets have become dependent on accommodative monetary policies, and weaning them off that dependence could cause withdrawal symptoms. So I don't know if you guys have ever been addicted to anything. I mean, alcohol, cigarettes, gaming, Facebook, food. There's a lot of things that you get addicted to. And at some point when you don't have it and you want it, that's the only thing that you can think about. And it'll drive you crazy until the point that you either get it or you make everybody around you crazy, suffer, right? It hurts to withdraw. Okay. And that's what they're talking about. Now, when you have some serious addictions, like when you're addicted to heroin, when you're addicted to seriously addicted to alcohol or some other drugs, when you have this physical addiction to something and you try to wean off of it, okay, if you go cold turkey, it is very difficult. And the pain that you feel from that is very real, okay? It's not psychological, it's physical, and it definitely takes place. And that's where you feel the recessions. That is pain. That is the withdrawal from having easy monetary policies. Now, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go into a rant on this, but this is how serious it is. See, people think that it's just so simple thing that you can just drop interest rates and all of a sudden everybody has this prosperity that gets to fly around. That's not how it works. Easy money policies is like taking a lot of drugs. It's like drinking a lot of alcohol. It's like party time. Okay? And when you take all that away, party time's over. Fun time's over. Okay? Withdrawals kick in. And they hurt real bad. But once that is over, once that pain is gone, and it doesn't last forever, it takes some time. It seems like it's going to last forever at the time. It doesn't seem like it'll ever end. But it does. And when it does, you get to grow from that. And you actually look back on that and you say, hey, that was a really tough time in my life. I'm glad I worked through that. I'm here. I'm stronger for it. I'm moving on. I've learned my lessons. I'm going to pay attention this time. Here, you want another shot? I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass this time. All right? I think instead I'll sit over here and I'll just drink a glass of water instead. And watch for a while. Try and save. Save my life. Save my family. Okay? Credit is very much like alcohol. Very much. And you can get very drunk on that stuff. Okay? People never taken a drug in their entire life, high as a kite on credit. They feel the jazz. They're addicted to it. Okay? Addiction comes in all forms. You can be addicted to anything at all. And credit is no different. I don't know how I fell into that, but anyway, Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.